Thanks for joining me for another yin practice. My name is Bridie and welcome to Yoga Coast. Today's yin class is focusing on our shoulders. It's a time of year where we can become quite stressed, and often we hold a lot of that stress and tension within the shoulders. So for today's practice, you just need a bolster, and if you have a block, it'd be really nice to also have your block with you for our end pose. It's just a quick 25 to 30 minute session today. So we're going to get started on our back, bringing the bolster across the width of your mat and coming to extend the legs out long and bringing your bolster or your pillow just towards the base of the shoulder blades and coming to release the head down onto the mat, taking the arms out nice and wide or maybe reaching them up and overhead. If this was uncomfortable for your neck, placing your block or another cushion just behind your head. If you haven't practiced yin with me before, I like not to speak throughout your pose. I'll just be guiding you into the pose and I'll let you know when it's time to release. So here as you rest on your back, just start to close down your eyes, settling in to your body, moving closer and closer towards a yin-like state by first just observing your natural breath. As you come to focus on your natural breath, you might notice it naturally slow, starting to draw it further down into your torso. Throughout your yin practice, just guiding the breath to any areas of tension. Just allowing it to smooth and soften the fascia, the muscles. You start to relax through the shoulders, opening through the chest. And here starting to bend through the elbows, drawing the elbows in beside the rib cage. Maybe you grab behind your head to help guide the head back up as you come to rise to your seat. We're making our way onto our tummies. Just moving your bolster off towards the side for this one. Then from our tummies, bringing your hands and arms either into a cactus position, so finding a 90-degree bend in the elbows. Elbows are aligned with the shoulders, hands aligned with the elbows. And coming to drop the right cheek down to the mat and bending into the left knee, taking the left toes up and over the right leg, finding a twist. This doesn't feel any good with the bend in the elbows. You can take this same pose with the right arm extended long. You're rolling the right shoulder into the mat, dropping the right cheek still. And we take that bend through the left knee and tapping the left toes behind the right leg. An option to bring that left knee onto your bolster if you want that back leg supported. And using your out breath to slowly release onto the belly. We're going to move straight into the other side. So dropping the left shoulder down into the mat, choosing that option to keep a bend in the elbow or straighten through the arm. Then we bend into the right knee, take the right toes up and over the left leg to twist. And here we find our last exhale once again. Using the out breath to roll back onto the belly, and here just releasing both of the arms down by your side. Let the arms be long. Maybe coming to twist back onto the right cheek for just a moment. Letting the shoulders relax completely. And bringing the hands beside the rib cage, gently pressing up into our tabletop. And so just grabbing your prop. You may not need it for this one, but grab it just in case as you find your position. We're finding a thread, the needle pose here. So option to release the right arm onto your prop. We're weaving that right arm behind the left wrist. Just let the neck be heavy. Knees are underneath the hips here. Or we can bring the shoulder and the left cheek all the way down to the mat, opening up through the back of the left shoulder blade. And you can keep the right hand into a half push-up position, or maybe you walk and reach the right fingertips forward. And coming to release the right hand back underneath the right shoulder if it's stretched forward, and rising back up into our tabletop. Hands come underneath the shoulders Just moving through your cat-cow here as you lower the belly. Take an inhale breath, threading the heart through between the shoulders. And exhale, rounding the spine, tuck the tail, chin to the chest. That's fine. A couple more rounds in your own time. And releasing back to a neutral spine. Finding our thread the needle on the other side here. Our right arm is weaving behind the left. Again, option to bring the right arm down to your bolster. And letting the head hang and ground in the bolster or ground to the mat. And taking that option again to keep the left hand in a half push-up. Or maybe come to reach the left arm forward. And bringing left hand back underneath left shoulder. And releasing right hand back under the shoulder. Moving again through our cat-cow. Inhale. Barely lowers, lift the chest. And exhale, rounding the spine. And finding a neutral spine, moving into our very last pose, our puppy pose. So hips stay where they are, stacked over the knees. We start to walk the hands forward, option to grab a hold of your cushion and rest the chest down onto the bolster. Just dropping your cheek, let the arms be heavy. We can bring the heart and forehead all the way down to the mat. Just letting the back of the heart melt forward through to the front. If you have the space, maybe bring your chin and your chest and begin to gaze forward to your fingertips. And from here, either rolling forward onto your belly or slowly softening into the elbows. Walking back into your tabletop and coming to make your way down onto your back, bringing the bolster underneath your knees if that feels good for you. Just grabbing a hold of your block. And coming to place the block, the long edge of the block, just underneath your occipital bone. So it starts to create a little stand for your head. And bringing your arms long down by your side, just closing down the eyes. And here, massaging out through the base of the skull as you slowly start to turn the head. Maybe holding in any spots that feel a little tight. And releasing to the other side and just moving forward and back nice and slow as many times as feels good. Pausing where you feel the need. When you feel you've had enough, you can either just let the head come back through center and remain still here to rest, or just releasing the block from behind the head and find your Pentacle Pose. Take the arms out nice and wide from the waist, legs wider than the hips. Taking a nice deep breath in. Letting the whole body become heavy and melt as you exhale, finding rest. I'll let you be right here for as long as you need. Thank you for joining again. My name is Bridie. Namaste.